Hello, welcome to episode 3 of the Snare Drum Showcase series. In this episode we're going to take a look at the Tama Starphonic Aluminium. So in the intro I was playing along to my band single The Wildlight, which is out now. Yay! So for that I tuned it pretty tight, just one piece of tape on there just to take out a little bit of ring, and you just get that nice clear dry kind of crack and pop to it that just sort of cuts through, but it's not like getting in the way, it's quite a clean sound. I'll also demo the tuning ranges of this drum and also include a little comparison so you can hear exactly kind of where the drum sits at different tunings. So this is a 14 by 6.5 aluminium shell. It's a 10 lug drum and it's got Tama's specifically designed Starphonic lugs. And one thing that I really like about this drum with the hardware in particular is it's kind of, it's like a die-cast tube on top, but it's their own design where there's a little ridge and the claws kind of sit on the ridge to tension it up. The cool thing is whenever you want to do a head change, you don't have to take the tension rods entirely out of the lug, which you would with pretty much any other hoop. You can actually just loosen it off enough where the claw will just come away from the hoop and you can just release the hoop separately. So it's got snare adjusters at both ends, so there's one on the actual throw-off mechanism and also one on the other end where the butt plate is. So it's really easy to center the wires on this drum. So the head on here is an Evans prototype, which is now the UV1 heads, and I've had this on it for well over a year, and there's barely like any marking or kind of dents or anything. It's an extremely durable head, so if you like the sound of a single ply kind of open sound, but you find sometimes the durability is lacking, the UV1s are superb. With this drum wide open, there is quite a long sustain and there's definitely overtones there. But I find it's quite a clean overtone. It's not too kind of complex with lots of harmonics that you end up having to tune lots to try and get them out. It's, you know, just one clean note, and it's a more desirable sound to my ear than something like a steel snare. This is definitely a very modern sounding aluminium drum, and what I mean by that is I've got a Ludwig Acrylite and it's got a very warm kind of dry sound, and it definitely sounds like it's from a certain era of drums. It doesn't produce as much volume and it's a much softer sound, whereas this on the other hand, with these almost die-cast hoops, you definitely get a lot of cut and kind of crack out of this drum. But at the same time you get a lot more overtones as well, which is kind of reminiscent of more modern snare drums. So let me know what you thought of the sound of this drum, what you think of the different tunings, and whether an aluminium drum is something that you want in your collection. Feel free to give it a like if you enjoyed the video, and you can subscribe for future videos of the Snare Drum Showcase.